So recently, our society has happened on a major technological breakthrough in the form of AI art. And rather than us all celebrating this groundbreaking technological achievement, unfortunately, I've been seeing many people poo-pooing AI art and just in general being very emotionally outraged and toxic about the whole thing. And as a weeb tech bro who previously dabbled in research for AI music, unfortunately I've just not been very impressed by the general public's irrational response to AI art. Like, this is no different than technology replacing cashiers with self-checkout, bank tellers with ATM, and travel agents with web apps, and so on. All of these things majority of people like, but just because when artists are being replaced by this scary AI word, all of a sudden it's a big deal. Like, let me just make this really clear. AI is not human at all. It has no likes and dislikes, it can't tell jokes, it can't relate to us. It really does have no environmental awareness, like it can't even walk. So everyone just needs to chill out a little bit, calm down, we're all not going to die, I promise. All AI art is concerned about is producing art better than any human can, that is it. And to that end, I think that will be a massive improvement over time. I reckon by year 2030, more people will gravitate towards paying an AI for art over paying a human for art, as it'll just be less of a headache. Like, honestly, every time I've hired or worked with an artist, it's just been so very annoying. The most recent time I commissioned an artist was to create characters for a Dungeons and Dragons campaign my fellow weeb tech bros and I were planning to play. And it was just such a waste of my time, money, and sanity to have to deal with these human artists. So the first artist who accepted my commission completely ghosted me, even though I paid them 50% upfront, which I didn't even want to do, but they kind of forced me onto it. So that was pretty frustrating, but I did just call it a sunk cost and moved on to hire a new artist after a while. Now, luckily, the second artist did make characters for us in a timely manner. Unfortunately, the art didn't impress me at all, and it just wasn't what I envisioned, so I wrote back to them that I was not very impressed with their art, and I requested that they please redo it and try harder if I was going to pay the full amount for it. And for whatever reason, the artist got very butthurt by me using the phrase try harder. They basically passive-aggressively put that phrase in quotes in their Discord reply to me. But ironically, when they did give me their revision, it was hundreds of times better, proving that I was right all along, that they just needed to try harder. And I guess I am happy with the art I got in the end, but it does annoy me looking at it with the knowledge that the person who drew it was just a total prick to me for no reason at all. Anyways, my point with this anecdote is that even though I got what I wanted in the end, it just felt like a total waste of time, money, and effort on my part, and none of the issues I had would have happened if I just did the art myself using an AI generator. An AI wouldn't have ghosted me and taken hundreds of dollars of my money, and an AI for sure wouldn't be butthurt if I didn't like what it made. In fact, it would just quickly and effectively reiterate on its revisions until I was happy with what it made. And I am far from the only one who's had annoying encounters with artists. Like, here is Lily Pichu, who is a proper famous internet person that you would think an artist would be ecstatic to work with, but no, they just had to take her money and ghost her, similar to what happened with me. So Lily Peach's debacle also would have been solved if she just used an AI generator and made the art herself. So ultimately, AI art will just become very convenient and preferable to human art in the near future, basically for the same reasons more people prefer self-checkout lines over going to a cashier. Anyways, the other complaint/criticism I've seen is that AI art takes all creativity out of art and that those using it are not true artists, and this I just find very absurd. Whether you like it or not, I do classify as an artist now that I bought a $3 monthly subscription to my AI art generator of choice. Like, artist isn't a term that is solely limited to someone who can draw. I feel like I shouldn't even have to do this, but if we bring up the Google definition to see what an artist is defined as, we see it's a person who creates art using conscious skill and creative imagination. So very clearly, the key thing that makes someone an artist is conscious skill and creative imagination they put into their work. Whether you're skilled or not at things like painting or digital art or drawing with crayons is irrelevant. And as someone who is a self-taught AI artist, I can assure you that it takes a lot of conscious skill and creativity to make good AI art. For example, the other day I wanted to make art of an anime girl holding a gun. So I first typed in anime girl holding a gun, and the generated art was very bad, as you can see. So as an artist, I made a conscious effort to think about the image I wanted to draw and gave the AI a more vivid input of non-ugly anime girl with a gun in a snowstorm, and the generated art was a whole lot better. So basically this proves that there is a conscious skill and creative imagination needed to make good AI art, which is the definition of an artist. And I know some of you are thinking, but Eango, what you did anybody could have done, I could have done that. And yes, while that is true, the point is you didn't. Anyone could have put a stolen urinal in a glass case, but only Marshall Dunchamp did. And anybody could have easily splurged out cans of paint on a canvas, but only Jackson Pollock did that. And literally anybody could have put a white square at an angle, but only Kashmir Malevich had the genius to do that. These three pieces of art that literally anyone could have done are some of the most famous and influential pieces of art of all time. And quick side note on Duchamp's urinal piece, this was a very groundbreaking moment in art history, and Duchamp made it by literally stealing a urinal out of a public bathroom. And ironically, many artists I've seen have been criticizing AI for stealing art when that is literally what Duchamp did. Like, are you really gonna come out against Marcel Duchamp? Yeah, very few artists would go full Duchamp anti, I can assure you that much. Anyways, my point is, while it is true that anyone could have written the words I wrote to generate that AI drawing, the fact is only I did it. So whether you like it or not, I am an artist by every sense of the word.